Very good morning, friends. I hope you're all doing safe and healthy. Well, as a part of the continuation of the Schedule 3 Did You Know series, today I'm going to talk in terms of FPT-OCI. Now, when we say FPT-OCI, it means a fair value through other comprehensive income. Now, if you recall the concept in terms of financial instruments Ind AS 109, you would recall that there are two concepts in terms of FPT OCI. One is called a fair value through OCI, which has got no recycling, and that is applicable in terms of equity. And one is a fair value through other comprehensive income, which has got recycling, and that is applicable to debt investments. So today I'm going to talk in terms of when you consider the fair value changes in terms of other comprehensive income for debt investments and equity investments, would you post these changes in terms of the other comprehensive income? Do you take them to point number 14 A and B? And consequently, what do you do in terms of accumulating those fair value changes? And a little perspective in terms of the differences in the two categories from the point of view of Ind AS 109 as well. Let's find this out in detail today. सीए फाइनल की अगर आप तैयारी कर रहे हैं नवंबर 21 के लिए, तो इस मंथ अगस्त में मैं आपके साथ फाइनेंशियल रिपोर्टिंग के इंस्टीट्यूट ने जितने भी आरटीपीज इशू कर रखे हैं वो आपके साथ कवर करूंगा स्पेशल क्लासेस के अंदर, जिन्हें आप फ्रीली एक्सेस कर सकते हैं। इसके लिए आपने सिर्फ अनअकैडमी की ऐप डाउनलोड करनी है और इसके अंदर मेरा कोड इस्तेमाल करना है CAKB10 और आप इन क्लासेस को एब्सोल्युटली फ्री देख सकते हैं। इन क्लासेस के अंदर स्पेशल क्लासेस में जनरली आपके टाइमिंग्स रहेंगे मंडे टू फ्राइडे, जिसके अंदर 4 to 5 PM रोज 1 घंटा मैं आपके साथ आरटीपीज कवर करूंगा, जिनमें हम आरटीपीज कवर करेंगे इन अ बैकवर्ड डायरेक्शन, यानी कि आपके साथ कवर करेंगे मई 21 से बैकवर्ड चल के मई 18। तो इस मंथ पूरे के पूरे अगस्त मंथ में आपके साथ आरटीपीज कवर करने के इरादे हैं और उसे हम डिटेल्ड डिस्कशन लेवल में आपके साथ डिस्कस करेंगे। तो आइए लेट्स क्रैक इट। थ्रू अदर कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव इनकम फॉर अ डेट and what is a fair value through other comprehensive income for an equity. Now, first of all, let's understand one very basic thing. I think we all know this very well, that when you talk in terms of Ind AS 109, it tells you that the fair value changes in terms of debt equity investments is going to be taken in other comprehensive income. But let's connect this in terms of Schedule 3, that where are you going to take them in the other comprehensive income? Now, if you remember in the previous videos, we've been talking in terms of the Schedule 3, 14A as well as 14B. Now, when you consider the concept of fair value changes on other comprehensive income, which is related to a debt, it is got a reclassification, a recycling concept. So in this particular case, the fair value changes at each balance sheet date is going to be recorded in OCI. To be in specific, it's going to be taken in 14B. Of course, with the deferred tax consequences. And when you think in terms of a fair value through other comprehensive income, that is for equity investments, that also enters in the OCI, but to be in specific, it goes to 14A. Of course, with the deferred tax consequences. So 14A is, considering the fair value changes for equity, and 14B is considering fair value changes for a debt, because there is a different concept in terms of debt. It has got a recycling, equity has got no recycling. And of course, when you go to take this fair value changes in the other comprehensive income, whether it's taken in 14A or B, it still gets accumulated in the statement of changes in equity. But this amount is accumulated under two different components of SOCE. So what you take as a fair value change for OCI with reference to equity goes in a different heading, and what you talk in terms of debt goes in a different heading, which is very visible. If you look at the format of Schedule 3, you'll see it is very visible in nature. There are two different columns pertaining to these fair value changes. Now, interestingly, at the time of derecognition of these investments, whatever amount has been accumulated in terms of SOKE, if you talk in terms of debt, it is going to be reclassified to the P&L. That means I'm going to take it back in the calculation of point number 13 in a subsequent year. When a derecognition would take place, the accumulated balance which is there in the SOKE is going to be reclassified to the profit and loss. So it will move from one column of SOKE to another column of SOKE, but that would be after routing through the profit and loss account. But in terms of equity, whatever amount is accumulated in SOKE, that is not going to be reclassified to the P&L. It is going to be directly moved from one component of SOKE to another component of SOKE. So whatever the fair value changes are there in terms of the fair value, that's going to be moved from one component to retained earnings, to be very specific. And of course, now let's have a little difference in terms of the perception of Ind AS 109. When you consider a debt investments to be measured at OCI, it is supposed to be a mandatory classification. Though, of course, the entity may choose not to apply an FVT OCI for a debt and measure the investments at FVTPL. But in terms of equity, all equity investments are measured at FVTPL. So it is basically that you designate the instruments as an FVT OCI. So choosing FVT OCI for equity is an optional exercise. But as far as a debt is concerned, it's mandatory. So these are some typical issues relating to the other comprehensive income with reference to Schedule 3 as well as with reference to Ind AS 109. Hope you find them interesting. So wait for some more interesting things to come in the series on Did You Know? Thank you, take care, and goodbye.